Greetings, this is Pink Frog Yellow Boots from Behavioought, working towards achieving holistic health for everybody. The final major categorization of attachment style is anxious avoidant attachment style. This is the most complex of all the four attachment style and the unhealthiest of all the three unhealthy attachment or insecure attachment style. As the name suggests, anxious avoidant attachment style is a way of connecting with people where you long for commitments, where you long for being loved and to love another person while you are always anxious or always anticipating that your needs would not be fulfilled. Children whose needs were not met during their infancy time by their parents or caregivers in an inconsistent manner where at one moment the caregiver or parent would be providing for their needs while another moment they neglect the child, which leads to unpredictability of whether their needs would be fulfilled or not, leaving the child confused and unable to trust the other person as well as their own judgment. A possibility of the parent or the caregiver having an disorganized attachment style, that is, anxious avoidant attachment style, is possible. Also, a history of abuse or trauma can cause anxious avoidant attachment style because the sense of safety of the child is threatened and causes fear, while their subconscious still sees the caregiver or parent as the primary source of comfort, which gravely impacts the child or the infant's emotional and mental development, while causing their behavior to develop in a pattern that is confused, inconsistent, indecisive, lacking trust in themselves as well as another person, as they always keep questioning their own faith in their judgment. The same pattern may continue when they become adults and influence and impact their relationship, where gradually they want to be close to people while they don't trust them and look forward to being hurt or abandoned, which will sometime make them constantly test another person till their fear comes true, which means people with anxious avoidant attachment style sometime or most of the time test another person or create situations that would prove their fears, their anticipations, their anxiety have all been true and would consistently work toward it till the time they have been proven right. While this may cause another individual who is involved difficulties, but the individual with anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style, or anxious avoidant attachment style is suffering more and more with every relationship they encounter because they themselves have to do the work of healing, of recovering. As we go through adolescence, our cognitive functions are developing. That means we can make our own judgment, we can have our own thoughts and cognitive functions to make wise, decisive choices for ourselves. However, with insecure attachment styles involved, it is difficult to move towards secure attachment style because there is a lot of healing and change to be done on the individual's part. Speaking of anxious avoidant attachment style, research show have found that they may lead to addictions and other personality disorders and mental health conditions. Thus, it is seen as the most complex of the insecure attachment styles. Also, involvement of abuse and trauma during infancy is found to be an underlying cause for anxious avoidant attachment style. So, healing and moving towards secure attachment styles is as well a complex process. As they doubt themselves as well as another individual, it is difficult for them to make changes. However, reaching to a psychotherapist is the most credible way to move from Anxious avoidant attachment style to secure attachment style. Not trusting anybody completely or trusting somebody unconditionally. Both are not an advised option. But gradually learning to trust another individual as well as self is a helpful way of moving forward. Resolving deep rooted traumas, working on creating healthy boundaries, changing patterns of thoughts and behavior are all covered by a therapist in a non judgmental, more open, and inclusive environment by the therapist. Insecure attachments are not only dangerous and cause unhappiness and chaos in the individual having those attachment style but also people who encounter them. Moving to a secure attachment style is a challenge. It's difficult and takes a lot of work as well as time before you see results. But it is worth giving it a shot because a healthy, a happy, a peaceful life is what we all deserve. Other attachment styles have been discussed in previous videos. I thank all those who have stayed tuned for the long break that I had to take due to throat infection. Have a safe week ahead. Keep growing and be happy.